You're listening to Rapid Reset, an intuitive insight into projecting and predicting the future. Please do your due diligence to realize what works best for you. Today we talk about a new economic system, and it is not cryptocurrency. Creating a new currency, banking, investing, it's like a whole way beyond that. I mean, it's like this will take over. There will be countries and leaders of countries involved saying we want to be part of this, sort of separate from the UN, separate from the current system, completely separate. So then they're going to trade, like we're talking about, importing and exporting with each other, all only using this currency that no other country, like corrupt country or corrupt system, can infiltrate in any way. It'll be impossible. Now, here I was speaking with a client who's a financial guru, and I had also mentioned that there needed to be a new communication system in order for these people to communicate with each other. This did begin as cryptocurrency, but this system has nothing to do with cryptocurrency now. What I'm being told is that you guys are like the stockholders of the beginning of the Bank of America, like a big banking system. It's like the original banking system, which you and I both know, and anybody up there knows, there's not several banks. They're all one, right? They're all in cahoots with each other. And there's one currency and there's, one, whatever. So what I'm getting a visual of is like their half, and you have in your system has the other half. And they're like, at first they're at war with each other because people start, just like they're doing now with the vaccine and a non-vaccine, a passport and a non-passport, and the mask and a non-mask, they start fighting with each other. Like, what are you doing? You're supporting the bad guy. Stay with the ones we always trust, right? So you'll be considered like evil at first because it'll be conspiracy theories stuff. But then it'll just be a divide. You just choose, I want to stay here or I'm going to support this. And that will be in March. I don't even want to use the word bank because that's the only word I can think of using right now. There's going to be another name for it, right? Like universal financial thing. Because I don't even see money. I don't see cash. Yeah. And so what comes from this is there's new resources that only you can use. So if I want to, if I want to have electricity in my home, I would have to use the resource under this system and use my financial, whatever it is, to purchase that system that's going to turn my lights on in my house. It's even hard for me to say billions because it's priceless. Like you'll just have an infinite amount of resources at your fingertips. It's not about whether it's billions. You will have access to an infinite amount of resources that will be the foundation of those resources is based on the system that you're involved in creating. You can hear my hesitancy here because I don't want it to call it coin. I don't want to call it currency or crypto because it has nothing to do with that. But I grasp at what to call it. More than one coin. You'll be able to transfer it into different areas. Like there'll be coins for utilities. There'll be coins for groceries. There'll be coins for agriculture. There'll be coins for government. This is all manifesting over the next 9 years until 2020, 2030. This is almost, a utilitarian, utopian, and it's a fight. It's a big fight. It's hard. It is hard for people to wrap their heads around it. They don't want to change. The government will make them fear this beautiful answer to all of our problems. Most of Hollywood, I've already seen that. Most of Hollywood's going to start getting involved in the spring. They already are, but they haven't made themselves known yet. So most of this most of the celebrities, even the YouTubers, like all of the influencers are going to be on board. Most of them. The person I was talking to is an insider and did validate much of what I was saying. They'll be that way or the old way. I was asked when did I see that all of this would begin to happen. Oh, I see that happening in the spring, and then the complete beginning of, which will be the beginning of the ending of the fight amongst people around it, just the acceptance that fine, you're here and I'm there, will be in 2025. Does this have anything to do with Bitcoin? I was asked. The main one, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was told this just the other day too. The main thing I was telling my husband, I get even Dodge, it's starting to get corrupt because it's not money. It's not about, it's such a different, it'll really be hard for people to wrap their heads around it. And that's why it's going to be looked at as, there's a healthcare system that's going to be around this. It's insane. People are going to be, an educational system, and people are going to be corrupted into believing that this is evil. They're trying to lure you, the evil witch is trying to lure you with cookies and candy. When does this begin to take traction? When does it start its momentum? I was asked. 2022, next March. Please take note that I've also expected a crash in the economy in October 20th, 2021. Okay, we'll talk to you next week. You're listening to Rapid Reset with Holly Hall.